Would you like to impress your crush, friends, or meet new people with powerful and easy to learn card tricks? Well, if your answer is yes, you're in the right place because I'm about to teach you the 3 card tricks I will learn if I will start magic from zero. Hi, I'm Josep Vidal and I'm redesigning classic card tricks to make them easier for you to learn and also stronger to amaze and connect with your audience. So if it sounds good to you, grab your deck of cards, sit down, and let's get into it. So look, just before that, to create a contrast and see how lucky I am naturally, because it's not about me, it's about the ritual I'm about to show you, I'm gonna cut to 4 random piles like this.
Okay.
Yes. Let's see which type of cards I got. I got a 5, I got a 2, okay. I got another, oh, okay, well, you know, we have double pair. Somehow I'm kind of lucky, naturally speaking.
Okay.
But to be honest, I will not bet much with it, yeah? So, if that is true, if that ritual works, because I can tell you 100% it always works, why not put it in the test? And I want you to be the one doing it, so you can take notes of it, and you also at home, you can take notes of it, and you can win any poker game. So do you mind please taking the deck?
Okay.
I don't want to influence the ritual for you, okay? So, yeah, square it up. So I want you to do as I did, so can you please make 4 equal piles more or less? There we go, perfect. Okay, wow, you're very accurate. I like it, good. So the ritual goes as follows. We're gonna take the first packet, so take it. And because the first packet, you're gonna take the top card and deal it down to the bottom of the, yes,
Okay.
perfect. And now you're gonna deal 1 card on top of each packet, yeah?
Like this?
Yes, perfect. And now you leave it there.
Okay.
So far, so good, right?
Easy.
Okay, now let's go for the second one. And guess what's happened?
The first card,
The first, it's the second,
cards.
2
Okay.
cards. So you get 2
One.
cards, yes?
2,
And now you deal 1 card on top of each packet.
1 card
Perfect.
on top of each packet.
Perfect. Yeah, leave it there.
Here.
And guess now what's going to happen with the third?
So now it's 3 cards.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect. But wait, I don't want you to think, take one or 2 or 3.
1.
But I don't want you to think that this is kind of mathematical. So you
Okay.
can maybe get the last card and you can maybe lose it in the middle.
Okay.
Do you want? Or
Sure, let's go.
okay, so go ahead.
Okay.
I don't want you to think it's all the time the same procedure. So leave it there.
We don't put on the...
Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, so good aspect that you're paying attention. I like it.
Of course,
Good.
of course.
Okay, perfect.
And now 4.
Yes.
And I can do whatever I want with the 4.
Look, take it.
Okay.
Now take the first one and put it bottom. You can, instead of getting 1, take 2. Yeah? Do you want to lose them in the middle?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, perfect.
Like here.
And now the fourth one, the last one,
Uh-huh.
do you want to maybe lose them in another packet?
Can I?
If you want. Do you want?
Let's go.
So lose it somewhere in the packet? In any
okay.
packet? Yes?
Here.
So we're somehow, you can see we're somehow shuffling, yeah? And finally, to finish the ritual, we need to deal, yes, the 1 card
Uno.
on top of each packet.
3.
Perfect. That's it. So the ritual is just completed. How do you feel?
I don't know yet.
Well, you know, the thing is that there's no pattern, there's no math. You could just go decide where to put, where to go. And believe it or not, you just got the best cards you can have to win an any poker game, which are the
The
kings. Well,
King?
I mean, the kings are the highest values, 13.
Fair,
but
fair, huh?
but if it's for you the aces, we can do it with the aces.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
Can you please do a snap for me? The snap doesn't make anything, but because the ritual is stuck. But I like you follow it. So believe it or not, after this lucky ritual, you have been able to find for you not only 1, 2, 3, and the 4 aces. So congratulations, you are now the luckiest person in the world.
Amazing.
So for the first effect, the aces, first we need to have, of course, the aces ready somewhere in the deck. In this case, the aces must be ready on the top of the deck, like this. Yeah?
Okay.
So this will be the initial position in the beginning, but for this, we're gonna add an extra card.
Okay.
Yeah? Later we will see why it's important, this card. But something I like to do as a magician is always create a contrast in the beginning. So I start to build up the impossibility because I want to answer questions that people is gonna personally ask to themselves when the trick is done, because they will be like, okay, how he got the aces on the top? Maybe he got the aces here and so on. So, or maybe he thinks it's the way I caught or something like this. So all the things I'll be answering in these future questions are going to be represented here physically. And one of the first things I like to do, as I said, is to build in possibility. So in case somebody thinks it's just casual as mathematics, they will see or have a previous image to contrast with the end. And to do that, for example, as you may notice, I do like, look, let's see how am I lucky, personally speaking, like normally, without doing the ritual. So I cut myself 4 piles, random piles, yeah? Remember, the aces, the top packet is here, yeah? This will be important. And this card will be the one that will allow me to create this, let's say, not as lucky image. So I'm revealing these 4 random cards that, of course, normally they will not be as good. In the performance, they were great, kind of good.
Yeah.
So you can play with the expectations, and if you get something good, you can, you know, see like, oh, you see, and I'm kind of lucky, but always you have to downplay it because we need to build a kicking moment where we get like the best cards, which are the aces.
Okay.
Right? So like this, what I'm doing is building the impossibility that this, that if somebody's thinking that this is casualty, this is eliminated because I'm already giving you the first part of the contrast that's going to be completed once we finish the effect. So now I showed you how to do, and additionally I condition your behavior. So whenever I do this, you will try to replicate what I did instead of doing 4 random packets in different places. So I'm already conditioning you, so I will not need to direct you as much.
Okay.
So I'm coming back again, and nothing has changed. The aces are still on the top, and maybe for explanation purposes we can leave it now face up. And we start like this. Also, an additional detail is that when I collected if you want to do it exactly like me, when I collected the packets, I do it in kind of like a messy way, and I leave it like this because I want, with these visual details, to give the impression that nothing is stacked or prepared. Because if I give you the deck like this, well squared and so on, the chances for you to think that something is set up are maybe higher. So all the elements on all the things that I'm gonna be showing you are not for free and have a psychological purpose. In this case, it's conditioning you that this, you know, I don't care, I just show you the initial result, that later we will see how it concludes. Something else that I'm gonna ask you here is you to take control, so I'm not touching the deck. And this is something that I'm always try to reinforce through talking. Like, I want you please to take the deck, and I'm gonna be touching. So all these ideas will be in their mind, so whenever he tries to reveal the effect back, it will be harder because then he will like, no, but he didn't touch the deck. So all these things are contributing to make the effect bigger and stronger.
Okay.
So here, since you know what to do, I'm gonna ask you please to square the deck.
Okay.
And now make 4 piles as I did. And keep in mind, look, I'm doing the same as I did, so without much instructions, you're doing exactly what I expect you to do. What I want you to avoid is doing like, okay, maybe this and so on. So that's why now, by doing this, I know that you're gonna follow.
Okay.
So go ahead.
So
You're gonna do the 4 piles.
This.
Okay. So remember, you have the aces. Oh, I turned them face up. Well, they should be now. I face down. Now they should be facing up here. Perfect. So the aces are here, and we introduced this premise as an excuse to make all this procedure. Otherwise, it will look like mathematical. And even though it could be mathematical, even though we put a premise on it, I'm gonna show you what I was doing to make it perceived as random or that you were doing what you wanted. But now we need to go for the method, like for you to understand what we're gonna do with each packet. So the first one, I'm gonna ask you exactly what you have to do. So you get the first packet.
Yes.
And I'm asking you, because the first one, we're gonna get the top card and delete to the bottom. Yeah, and then the rest on the top of each packet. Yeah?
Yes. I remember.
What we're doing now, yes, leave it there, is not only condition the spectator to don't go out of the script and know exactly what it's coming next without us giving much instructions, directing you much. And what we're doing is accumulating cards that we'll see later will be important, so it will get the aces right where we want. So now we're gonna go for the second packet.
And it was like...
And also the presentation played a role because I'm like, guess what's gonna happen? So we make it like funnier and not as monotone and so on. So I'm gonna direct you still, like go and deal 2 cards. because it's the second packet.
Second packet,
In
yes.
case somebody in their mind is asking, why do I have to deal 2 instead of 3? It's because the ritual and because it's the second packet. So we are already answering all these potential questions. And then we finish by dealing cards on top of each packet. Yeah. So now, psychologically speaking, the spectator knows what to expect for the third and the fourth. So I don't need to direct as much, and I'm gonna take this into my advantage to try to create some of the chaos in his mind on how we do things, because it is possible that somebody think that, oh, this is just mathematics. You go 1, 2, 3, and I want to cancel this idea. And for that, what I'm gonna do is the following. So guess what's gonna happen? 3. Yeah, we're gonna 1, 2. Oh, but I don't want you to think that this is a mathematical method or something like this. So maybe the third card, you can lose it in the middle if you want, or not. So we want to create this ambiguity, and we make them think or get them go away from the idea that they're following the same procedure all the time. So here I'm giving you the freedom if you want or not, and then you do it. You go.
I got so confused during the trick.
Yeah, that's good. That is creating all this chaos in their mind, and they have the feeling that they decided and they changed, or they did not follow the ritual or the pattern as it should. So now we deal 1 card on top of each packet. That, by the way, good that you pointed out, because I forgot almost in the performance.
Yeah, I was so into the trick, and I was like,
Okay, and now we already started to build this chaos, and we're gonna remember again what we're gonna do. But here, since we have 4, I like to also add an extra layer and say like, oh, maybe instead of 1 by 1, take 2 if you want, and lose them in the middle, or So I'm trying to create all the time this. And for the last one, to create an extra layer, I say like, oh, by the way, take maybe the last one, and do you want to lose it somewhere differently?
Which I did.
Yeah, and you were, and I saw your face like, can I? So I want to fulfill this this feeling of like, I want to do whatever I want. So I invite you to do that.
And I did it like this, I think.
Yeah, and I normally give it here because, let's say, we are not increasing the chances to get some messy chaos here, because here it's very important to don't mess it up. So I'm only giving you, let's say, the most freedom by the last one, because you already know how to go and so on. And it's important that we keep this freedom frames very well set. Otherwise, it could go wrong and then you have to improvise and so on. And here, you haven't finished yet, is when you finish the ritual by saying, and now you deal 1 on top of each packet. Yeah? And guess what happened? Yeah, you just finished. And you're already set to make the big reveal. But here, I want to add an extra layer of chaos. And what I'm gonna do is to, believe it or not, force you to say the aces. Amigo! And because I'm talking about that with this lucky ritual, you can get the best cards you can have at a poker game, which for poker experts or people who play poker should be the king. Let's say it's the king because it has the highest value, it's 13. The aces is more for the let's say the normal audiences that we know the aces, they win a lot and they're very valuable, but still we can just play around with this ambiguity that there's 13 points, ace is only 1. So here I'm telling you, this you can get the best poker cards you can have to win, which are the aces. Everybody normally says the aces, and you say the kings. The moment they're about to say aces, you say kings, and they're like, oh, what?
I was so confused.
That's the thing, and then I justify why I say the kings. And here's when I be like, okay, but the lucky cards for you are the aces? Okay, so if you want, we can go with the aces. And they're like, oh,
wait, what?
This was supposed to be with the kings, but I want the aces, and that's what we created. And all this just sets the perfect scenario for us to say that doesn't matter how you do it, you always will be as lucky to get the best cards you can have, which are the aces here. So this is how it's done, and hopefully you will not be as disappointed to know the secret.
No, it was like fantastical anyway. So.
Because this is the extra layers you can add to make something that is kind of mechanical, kind of self-working, to make it something like real magic or something that could feel magic, because it's hard to track it back. All the details and psychological subtleties I provided are working to, let's say, create a shield around the secret that will be super hard to get back. Okay. So this is how it's done. I hope you like it. And I hope you will like it at home and practice it. It's very important you practice all this, especially the psychology and the presentation part, which is, as you could see, very important and key for making the trick successful. Right now, since we have the aces, I would like to continue by asking you the following. I need you to make a choice. So what do you want to keep? The black aces or the red aces?
I will go with the red aces.
Okay, perfect. So we're gonna eliminate the black ones. Okay, perfect. So I want you first to continue to shuffle. In the meantime, I'm gonna leave them here aside, okay?
Okay.
Because I'm about to show you how magicians, when they're not, let's say, super active, they like to find cards, yeah?
Uh-huh.
And you will see that it's not about me, it's about the aces. But for now, let's keep it like this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you, since you shuffle, I don't wanna touch it. I want you please to go through the deck and get any card you want, keep it for you, and give me the deck once you have the card.
Like looking at the
Yeah.
value?
Or if you want, you can do it as random, as you want.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay, can you give me the rest of the deck?
I can give you the rest.
Perfect. So good thing you shuffle, you took yourself the card, so we agree that there's no influence on my side. Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect.
0.
So can you please lose it somewhere in the pack?
Yes.
Perfect. Now we completely lose it somewhere in the deck. Yes?
Yes.
But right now, as a magician, as an experienced one, I could maybe have an estimation of where it could be. It could be in the middle, right? But if I do this, now it's not as logical or as easy to follow. So do you mind cut for me?
Of course.
Perfect. Complete. Take the rest and complete.
Yes.
Perfect. Do you want to cut more? Just in case I maybe track the cut of the cut of the cut. So just in case.
Let's give it one more.
Okay, come on. Let's go.
And this one.
Perfect. So we can all agree that it will be quite confusing for me to follow it. And just this question for me. Is this any of this your card? Is it by any chance at the top? Okay. It is any by any chance in the bottom, more or less?
No.
Perfect. So it is somewhere lost in the middle, where it should be. Okay. So if I will be the classic magician, I'll be going through the deck like this, like, okay, I think it's this one or this one, but I don't want to do that. I want to do something more interesting. And remember what I told you is that when a magician is not as active or does not want to find the card, he has a very specific method. In this case, I'm going to use the aces. That will be the hunters of the deck.
Okay.
Yeah? So the way they have to hunt cards is very interesting because you put one on the top and the other one on the bottom. So they surround the whole deck like this. And the last one, so you can see it, will be a bit more advanced. And whenever you name the card, they will go so fast, hunt the card in between the aces.
What?
So please say for the first time, what's the card you chose?
The 7 of spades.
The 7 of spades? And look, just in a matter of a fraction of a second, they found a card that hopefully should be the 7 of spades. You see, sometimes it's not about the magician, it's about the cards that are following it.
That's so cool.
Thank you, appreciate it. Now, moving on, I would like to share with you how to do what is for you the best trick, your favorite one, which is the hunters, I call it. And as you can see, this effect can be easily linked with the one I show you in the beginning. And I like to do it because this way we are routining, which is a concept that from my point of view, it's interesting because it works like a story. We start with an introduction, we then go with the main part of the movie or the story, and then we conclude with the end with something that maybe could be more personal, as I showed in the performance. So here I have the perfect excuse because I need 2 cards that are going to be the ones hunting your chosen card.
Okay.
So here you can freely ask the spectators to choose any of the cards they want. Any of the 2 cards.
I will go now with the
black aces.
With the black ones.
Perfect. So now you eliminate them, and here what we have is what we're gonna call the hunters. What I'm about to show you is what's known as a sandwich effect.
Okay.
These effects are known in magic as a classic concept that a lot of magicians play with. We have many versions, but basically the concept is the 2 cards are catching, hunting, or finding a card in between them, like if it was a sandwich. Yeah, there's many versions of it, and this one, from my point of view, is by far the easiest. If you have 0 skills and knowledge, is the easiest to learn.
That's me.
Plus, it has the visual impact that I think is the one you liked.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think this is very easy to learn and super nice for beginners. And also another concept that we're about to learn here is what's known as the key card. The key card is one of the most fundamental concepts that will be your best friend as a magician. And this is basically a card that tells me what your car is, that we all know in advance, or maybe we create it on the spot. We'll see it now, but key car and sandwich are the two topics we're gonna be discussing and talking about here.
Okay.
So, as my personal point of view, I like to give people the freedom, or they feel the freedom that nothing is set up, that I'm not influencing or controlling their choices. First, what I want first is you to shuffle the deck, So whoever is thinking like, oh, this is ready, or prepare or setup and so on, this is already eliminates that idea. Plus, if they think that when they choose a car, it's the car I want, which is from my experience, is a common thought or a common comment I hear amongst spectators, I just ask them to go through the deck and choose a car they want.
Which I did.
Yeah, and whenever they're done, they just give me the deck back, but they keep the card. Yeah. So here we can agree that this contributes a lot to feel this freedom of, I want to get this car. I don't want them to go like, I want this one here because I don't trust you or something like that. There's total freedom. So it's open as possible.
Yes.
So right now we have a card, and what we're gonna do is to create our key card that's gonna tell me where your car is.
Okay.
And the way to do it is just by having a glimpse on the bottom card.
Okay.
Or when we cut, well, in this case, still the bottom card, if I'm doing what's known as swing cut. And by the way, if you know how to do a swing cut, if you would like to do it like this, I have a tutorial that you can find in the label here or in the description, in the, how is it called? Is the reproduction list? In the
playlist?
In the playlists. Yeah, you can find it in the playlist. So you can, if you don't have any skills, you can just do it like this and look, this is the only car I have in view, and this will be my key car. If you want to do it from the bottom, you can do swing cut, or basically just cut like this again, and you have it on view. This, you have to do it in a very natural way. It will be probably very common amongst beginners that they will feel guilty when they do that, and they will be doing like this, that they think it's obvious, but it's not. If you present it naturally, nobody knows what a key car is, and nobody knows what it is for. So in this case, you can just naturally go ahead, you cut over here and say like, hey, we're gonna lose it somewhere in the deck.
Okay.
And look, I have all the time and room for me to watch the card. So as you can see now, your chosen card, the King of Hearts, will be placed exactly right next to the Jack of Diamonds. So I know the card after this one, it will be your chosen card. In this case, I don't know, I'm not supposed to know the card. And now is when I complete, our key card is ready for us to know what's your card. But this is not enough, because there's people who may think that we can estimate, or a lot of people might have an idea what the card could be.
Okay.
So we need to, again, create kind of more chaos. Yeah? And to create chaos, what I do, for example, is cut. And I'm pointing out the obvious, which maybe I can estimate what it is. So what I'm doing right now, and I'm sharing with them, is that I'm creating, let's say, blurriness on this idea that could be tracking. And I actually invite them to do it. So in case they think I'm still controlling it, you know, they're like, they're canceling the idea by themselves. And again, what I'm doing is conditioning your behavior, because I do this first, so understand that when I ask you to cut, you will do the same. And just in case somebody wants to do this, which you cannot, and I will tell you why later, you can say, no, cut and complete. So you are directing with words, not just with touching and so on. So, and what we're doing now, basically, we are just moving the key card and the chosen card around. So as doesn't matter how much you cut, they will be together. Maybe there will be a moment where the key card will be on top and the chosen card will be on bottom, but I will tell you later, and probably if you saw the performance, how to fix that and how to prevent that. And if it happens, no worries. You know that after the key card, there's a chosen one. So if this will be, for example, the key card, I know that this will be the chosen card. If the key card is here, it means that the next one, by cyclic order, will be on the top. Yeah, because it was originally like this, but now since you separate them, it will be like this. Yeah, but for my trick purposes, I'm interested in having the chosen card more or less in the middle. Because then I need to get the excuse to go through the deck and see. And for that, what I'm doing to fix it is just show him without looking, is this any of these cards the chosen card?
The chosen car, no.
Okay, well, perfect. So in this case, it was good. And what about the bottom?
No.
Perfect. So we're in the perfect situation. But what happens if by
If it
any
ends
chance,
in
if it ends up on the top or on the bottom? Well, he's confirming us. So we say, no, I want you to be completely lost. So you cut once more and you make
they
sure.
come together.
No, well, they will not only come together, but also they will be lost more or less in the middle. So they could be still together, but be on the top. But I don't want that.
I see.
And I want them to be as much as possible around this area of the deck.
Okay.
So in this case, it's not. So we can just go ahead and continue. Now it's the moment where we need to get the information. And here is where a lot of people gets nervous because there's no justification to do that. And there's still people who think that maybe we're doing something or we're, having some math, whatever. I heard very crazy ideas on what's going on when we do this. So we need to justify this by giving some reason. In this case, what I do is say like, well, if I will be doing the typical guessing card trick, or you can just go with any excuse you want. You could say like, I'll be going through the deck like this, and I would think maybe, is this your car? Is this your car? And, sorry, I just forgot the key card. The key card is the Jack of Diamonds in this case. So I'll be doing like this. I'll be like, maybe I will think is this car or this car. And basically what I'm doing is locating the key card. So I know your car. And when I reach it, I just stop by saying like, maybe I could say is this car, but actually this is your car or this car. And what I'm doing now is cutting the deck without you noticing. Because what I do is separate the packets like this. The chosen car is here. And I do this car or this car. And now when I separate them, you don't know what's the top, what's the bottom. And additionally, once I'm completing, I'm saying like, okay, because these are the ones who are going to help me. So I misdirect you. The tension is here. So I completed the cut and now the chosen car is in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. And, I just cut it and it's ready here. So now we are all set to almost make the big reveal. And what we're doing now is to explain how these cards are going to find yours. So we're going to put them one on top, one on bottom. Yeah, here you can see it's almost facing face to face. So when I square it, I like to do this to give the sensation that I show you what's all around,
Okay.
Even though it's covering it, but I'm just doing one's going to the top, the other one goes to the bottom. But then, I haven't shown you anything, but it gives the illusion that I show you everything around.
I saw everything.
And now, to make it clear and to now show you how the mechanics of the catch works, we're going to put this, the last ace on the bottom, a bit to a side. Because what we need now is to contact the chosen card and also the ace with the whole finger and with the thumb, the top card like this. So, by just applying a little pressure, and adding a little bit of momentum by physics because of the friction of that your natural skin has with paper in this case, it will tend to get sticky. So just with a little shake, you catch the card and take with you the ace.
That's so cool.
You're having the perfect scenario to make this super impressive catch. Yeah. And again, the mechanics is super simple. Once you get the two cards, you put one on top, the other one on the bottom. You show it like this. You take the card, put it a little bit aside. Keep in mind that you cannot show it now because then they can see it. And here you're contacting with the tip, as much contact as possible. Just slightly the bottom card, the top on the thumb, and just by shaking a little bit.
That is so cool.
Even
knowing the trick, that is still so cool.
And now you're ready to make the big reveal and show everybody that the aces got the chosen card like this.
That is awesome.
Do you wanna try?
I would love to.
Look, go ahead. Let's get the aces here. Get the bottom ace aside.
So what I need to do is, well, I would show you
if you want,
then I would do like this.
Yeah, a bit more. You can do a bit more, like this. So you have more contact with the tip. Okay, so now with the left hand.
And then like this.
And just a subtle, or how to say it, a soft holding, and now shake it to the other hand. And now you cut the card.
Yo, that is so cool. That is
so cool. Even though it does not require much practice, or even though that's not required much skin, I would definitely recommend you to practice, because this is not only about the mechanics of it, it's also about how we present it and all the psychological subtleties I taught you, because this will make you go from doing a mechanical trick into something that is artistic and personal, and that will allow you to connect with the person.
Okay, that's so good.
Okay, I'm happy that you like it.
Yes.
I hope so far you're enjoying this tutorial and learning a lot. This is a little pause to remind you that most of the people who's watching these tutorials is not subscribed yet, and for me to make this project go forward, it will help me a lot if you consider first liking this video, watch it till the end, and also subscribing, as I'll be uploading many of these tutorials that I'm sure you'll be interested in and enjoy. Thank you so much for considering this and helping this project grow. Now let's move on to the final effect. And now I'd like to finish by showing you something that is a bit more personal. We saw how to get lucky at poker. We saw how to find cards, even though you are not the one finding it, the card itself. But now I'd like to close with this routine with something personal.
Okay.
And first, I'm gonna ask you please to shuffle very quick for me.
Okay.
Because I would like to connect with you in a more personal and deeper way. Yeah?
Okay.
No, don't worry, it's just professional.
Okay. Okay.
And we can call it also magical, depends on the perspective, yeah? So, if I'm asking you right now to push forward the card you think is the 4 of diamonds, can you please go ahead and do it?
This one?
Yeah? Perfect. If this will be the 4 of diamonds...
That would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. But at the same time could be casualty. But I have to tell you, we're in real life and this is very hard to happen. You missed by 1.
Okay.
You missed by 1, but this is very hard that it happens. Yeah. So what I want to do with you is an experiment to see how well you and I can connect.
Okay.
Yeah. But for that, I'm gonna need something personal from you. And can you please give me any item that is kind of has a meaning or is a personal value?
I mean, I have this watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. So, what is the meaning that it has for you?
I mean, I bought this watch right before the wedding of one of my best friends, so it's like quite special to me.
Okay, I would say definitely it's a great item to have. So it has definitely a personal attachment to you. We're gonna leave it here. Perfect. So okay, so now we have the connection. You don't feel it yet, but believe me, after this experiment, you will see, or you will doubt if what I'm saying is true or not. Okay. So I'm gonna spread the cards again after you shuffle. And I'm gonna ask you please to push forward the card you think is the 4 of diamonds, for example.
4 of diamonds.
We go for diamonds, so let's continue with diamonds.
Okay.
Perfect.
That one.
So, are you sure?
I mean,
I always give you the freedom to change. Are you okay?
I'm okay with that one.
Okay. If you want to change at some point, you can change.
Okay.
So, if this will be the 4 of diamonds, that will be freaking amazing. But again, it could be casual. But I want you to test it at its best. So we're gonna leave it and go for one more.
Okay.
Push forward the card you think that is the 2 of spades, for example.
This one here.
Are you sure?
I mean, as sure as the one before.
You don't want to change. It's fine.
It's okay.
Okay, perfect. I see that you trust your decision. So we're gonna go for one more. So 3 must be perfect, but we're gonna change the procedure to make it more random. I don't want it to be as let's say as precise.
Okay.
So let's make a more chaos here, like shuffling like this. And I'm gonna get, for example, this one here and this one here.
Okay.
So take one, anyone.
This one.
Are you sure?
I'm gonna go with it.
So I like your choice. So I'm gonna finish with the rest here.
Okay.
And we're gonna leave it here.
Okay.
Yes? So we all agree that you shuffle in the beginning.
I did.
You can still see some remnants of your shuffle over here.
Okay.
And then we got finally 3 choices. Yeah? 3 choices that, if you remember, are the 4 of
spades.
4 of diamonds.
4 of diamonds. 4 of diamonds.
4 of diamonds, then 2 of spades.
2 of spades.
And finally the 10 of clubs.
Okay.
So, believe it or not, even though it's mostly impossible to get 3 right, our connection allowed you to choose the 4 of diamonds, the 2 of spades, and finally the 10 of clubs. So, believe it or not, you and I today establish a very personal and a deep connection that I hope you will bring with you every time you come.
Oh, thank you very much.
So now, if you like, did you like the routine?
Amazing, yes.
So get ready because I'm about to show you how it's all done. In this effect, we're going to talk about two concepts that are very important. Not only the keycard that we already saw, but also what is known in magic as one ahead. One ahead is an information that is allowing us to be ahead of the spectator, that we'll see how to play and how to use it. For now, maybe it's self-explanatory, but later when we explain the whole thing, it will make a lot more sense. So in order to start this effect, as I always like people to think that there's nothing set up, I always invite the spectators to shuffle. Always very important. If you do it after every effect, maybe it's not that needed as much, but normally if it doesn't feel as much, I just leave it for shuffle. Doesn't matter here. What's important is that now we're gonna get our key card, that it will not be used as a key card, but because the card we're gonna use, we can somehow say it's a key card, but it's not gonna tell us anything about your card. It's the information that we need to be one step ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. So, as in other effects, here for me it's important to eliminate any idea that what we're about to experience could be casualty. Because believe me, after many shows I did, it is very common to have a card ready for whatever, for a revelation, prediction, whatever. And even though it's a free choice, people chose this card. Like for instance, 2 of hearts, 8 of hearts. It's very common, and I have a miracle in my hands. And I want them to avoid thinking about this idea because it could be. And for that, we're going to create this contrast by allowing them to choose a random card.
Okay.
Yeah. So in this case, I can just make up a card, or I can just have my key card in mind, and I can already mention it, so I can reuse it later. But I can say, for example, we're going to make an experiment and so on. Can you please push forward what you think is the 3 of spades, for example?
Okay.
Remember, our key card or our step ahead is not the 3 of spades. It's just one random card.
One random card.
And when you get it, most likely it will not be the card, yeah? But if you get it, you have a perfect trick, yeah? That then you can still like push forward by doing the whole experiment with these 3 cards, but probably people will not get it, even though you were kind of close.
Yeah, like the previous one was also like one
off. One off, but yeah, in this case, what I'm doing this is not only to start to build this impossibility, but also to start condition the behavior of the customer, of the spectator, yeah? Well, somehow you're kind of a customer, so of the spectator, yeah? So without much indications, you already be doing what I'm expecting you to do, which in this case is to push a card. Because something that you might not notice in the performance is that the way I'm taking the card and put it on my hand is what is allowing me to pick what's the value of the card that later will be very important. Because I want you to avoid the number one mistake that a lot of people do whenever they do this effect. They take the card and they look at it like this, you know, to make sure that their mental process is like, okay, it's a 5 of spades, and then you're giving away the method. It's kind of easy to think about the method if you give all these hints and all this information. So again, this is to condition your behavior, so you will tend not to pick, not to take, to push one card forward, so I have the perfect excuse to pick it up and take a nice visual pick.
Okay.
Yeah? So now we create the impossibility. We saw that getting one card right at the first try, it's very hard, and it's kind of like putting myself or repetition at risk if I do this in front of people. So now that we got this, it's our time to introduce the premise. So in order for me to connect with you, I need to get something personal. You can use any premise and excuse you want. The one I used this was because we can talk about the item, talk a bit more about you, and you know, try to connect with the spectator, which is something important for the effect. So here they can shuffle if you want. But what's important is in the end you get
the card in mind.
Key card, yeah. For some reason I got the card that I signed long ago, but well, it will be easier then to follow. But in this case we have the key card, which is the Queen of Diamonds. And what we're gonna do now that we have the item and we establish this connection, and that will allow us also to push forward and justify all the things we're gonna do later, I'm gonna ask you, kind of with this I don't care attitude, please push forward what you think is the Queen of Diamonds, which again is the key card, the one step ahead that we have. So can you please push it forward for me?
Like this one.
Perfect. So now I'm taking it like this, so it's in a reasonable distance for me to go with my right hand and receive it like this. So I know, I just saw that this is the 9 of diamonds.
Okay.
So now I know. We call the Queen of Diamonds, and I know the next card I have to call is the 9 of Diamonds.
Okay. One ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm one ahead.
Okay. Good.
This is the one ahead, but they don't know this is not the Queen of Diamonds.
Okay.
Okay? So what is happening here, and adding an extra layer, psychologically speaking, that will allow spectators to understand that this was a free choice, because it is a really free choice, is to ask them if they want to change. Nobody knows if what they got is right or not. I know because I took a peek, but on his experience, when I do this, there's no way I'm taking a look at the car, because everybody expects when somebody takes a peek or look at the car, they do this or they turn it over. So what we're doing this is to be halfway on this turn it over, so we can see exactly what car it is, and asking if they want to change. We don't know if it's right or not, so it is fair to change. And if they change, nothing happens. We just erase the idea of the 9 of diamonds to be the next one to call. So we're gonna call the next one you choose.
Yeah, and actually, it's like from my point of view here, like I don't even see with your right hand, like you're blocking the view, even if you like tilt the car a little bit more. So.
And even though there's somebody here, if you perform it with the right attitude and you don't feel guilty of doing this, because you have to go through the practice to understand and just be calm with it, even if I have somebody in here, you know, you can just do it so quickly, because the focus should be on the persona, not on what you're doing.
Okay.
Unless you need the attention exactly where you need it, like around here.
Okay.
So, but again, attitude is probably 80% of the effect. So now we have the 9 of diamonds. Remember, we called, or it's supposed that we call the Queen of Diamonds. Yeah. But now our mind is like, okay, the next one I need to call is the 9 of diamonds. But here again, I give the choice to change. Because nobody knows. Maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's right. We don't know. So I'm asking you to change, and let's say that you change.
Okay.
So we just erased on our minds the idea of the 9 of diamonds to be the next card, and I said like, okay, so which one you think is the Queen of Diamonds?
And I would push this one.
Okay. So again, we go ahead and take a look, and I know that this is the 9 of clubs. So here, normally people, when they change once, they normally change twice. If they do it, it's okay. At some point, we need to move forward. You are the one in control of the situation. So here, we already know that the next one we need to call is the 9 of clubs. Remember, for them, this is the Queen of Diamonds, or could be, because nobody knows. And here, it's important because there's a kind of a discrepancy. If we already showed in the beginning that the car you chose is not the car that we asked, why don't you do it now and we all get to see the information? Well, here's what plays a role on what we've been doing so far, building all this impossibility. And for me to justify why am I calling 3 instead of 1 and just go, you know, with a miracle, is saying, well, maybe you think that this is casualty. So I want you to think that, so let's go for more.
Okay.
So I'm justifying the fact that I'm not revealing the car because I want to leave it as a surprise, and let's go and increase this impossibility, because as I said, it could be casualty. So I'm reinforcing that casualty is not a factor in this equation. Okay? So keep in mind that this is supposed to be the Queen of Diamonds. Now we took a peek and it's the 9 of clubs. So the next card we're going to call is
the 9 of clubs.
The 9 of clubs. So I'm asking you, okay, now let's go for another one to make it harder, and I don't know, push forward the card you think, and again, attitude is key here, the 9 of clubs, for example.
Okay. Now we push this one.
Okay, perfect. Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay.
No, the trick though.
So I took a peek, and here I know it's the 6 of hearts.
Okay.
Yeah? Something I have to point out here: if you're to focus on the character and maybe you miss the peek and you are not sure, you can always ask them again. And again, when I take it like this in this angle, I can see what car is. I know it's.
I cannot see anything.
And still, if you are not sure, you can just be again and ask. And the focus should be here because you're asking. And then you can take a natural pick here and go back here. So I took a look again, and it's a 6 of hearts. So you can ask, do you want to change? No, whatever. Don't want to change. It's fine. But this is supposed to be the 9 of clubs. Yeah. So we're gonna leave it aside. And now I just invite, like, I don't care. Oh, let's go for a third one. Let's make it harder. So again, justifying why we go and the reason behind it. Because a lot of people, when they see a magic trick, they want to see things getting harder or more complicated for the magician. So I use this idea or this wish on my favor to justify why we go for a third one. Because remember, we still have our key card here that we need to take out. Yeah? But instead of me just trying to force you to get this one, because then if you take another one, I will still need to go and move forward. What we're gonna do is to change the pattern. And in order to change the pattern, we need to justify it by saying, like, in order not to make it so precise and accurate, let's make it more chaotic. So again, what I'm doing here is maybe on their perception to think I'm adding a layer of complexity or it's more difficult, but actually what I'm doing is just forcing myself to take the card for you. That in their minds, later we'll see that it feels like they choose it, but they never chose it for us. So what I'm gonna do is to make kind of a random mix. Remember the bottom card, our key card is here, is the Queen of Diamonds.
The Queen of Diamonds.
Yeah, we're gonna make this mess here. And here you will see that I'm all the time just moving cards around, but all the time
like keeping an eye.
Yeah, keeping an eye on the Queen of Diamonds. If you want, we can repeat it, but with the card point face up. Yeah, let's face up here. All right, there we go. Perfect. So remember, our key card is here. So we're gonna go and start to mess around with the cards. Maybe not drop them. That will be nice. And we're gonna all the time take a look. Yeah, you can control with the hand. You know, don't overthink this. This must be kind of random, and you're like maybe going here, and then you get two cards. Doesn't matter which is the other one. What's important is the other card is any other card. Yeah, and keep in mind, sorry, I forgot to mention that you already called that you're going for the six of hearts. Yeah, so you go here and think like, okay, I think it's this two. So here, as you could see, is a huge discrepancy. Because so far you'll be choosing what you wanted, but now I'm choosing for you. And in order for me to maintain as much as possible this pattern, and maybe don't think why you took the card yourself instead of me, I like to add this layer and say like, oh, by the way, I'm not sure which one you want.
Okay.
And here is, we're gonna do what it's known as magician choice. Doesn't matter what you choose, it always will be in our favor.
Okay.
So if I'm asking you right now, I know that this is the key card. Asking you, take one, any card.
So if I choose this one, easy peasy.
Yeah, but no worries.
Okay.
You take this one?
If I take this one, yeah.
Okay, so are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, but why did you say no?
Yeah, that's my question. If
Okay,
no,
so take it.
Okay.
And lose it.
Okay.
And now I got the card I wanted on my hand. You know what I mean? You never knew, or I never set the expectation that this is the one you have to keep or you have to eliminate.
Okay.
So doesn't matter. So like, and you kind of rushing, like, I don't know, choose one. You know, you're rushing with your attitude. You're like, okay, so lose it yourself.
Okay.
And you still give this impression that, okay, you did what you want, I don't want to touch. And we already got for ourselves the card. So we are somehow giving this choice in the end and try to keep as much this. And plus, with all these keys we created, it's adding kind of a extra complexity that in their minds will be like, wow, that was, you know, impossible to do. So here, now that we got the three cards that we needed, it's very important you to practice this, to remember all the cards we went through. You can have a spectator to have it in mind for you, to have somebody to memorize it, but this will be not as fair for other people because people is not used to think or memorize cards, and they will not be enjoying as much the show or feel that they have to work. Or you can write it down or something like this, but if you are well aware or are good, have a good memory, you're already tracking in your mind which are the cards that were called. Yeah, in this case was the Queen of Diamonds, then was the Nine of Clubs, and the Six of Hearts.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's good that you have this in mind, so you can be the one taking all the work and all the load, and everybody could enjoy. Yeah, but if not, you can write it down, so everything will be clear. So again, you just collect everything, put it aside, because we need to give all the focus on the cards they're chosen. You can square it, do whatever. And here, there's a big discrepancy right now.
Because the first one is the last.
The first one is the last. So what we have to do here is to reverse the order. And to do that, without being as clear, is first take the focus out of my hands and bring all the attention here. And what I'm gonna do is to ask them to recall the cards because then it will take their misdirection away, mentally speaking, so I can just do this. Which are the cars that we called? And I just reverse the order. But people is thinking, okay, the car you chose is this, this, and this. But of course, I don't expect them to know the cars. I will just confirm them in my mind because I know the cars, I remember them. So I already changed the order. So I getting them ready to see the revelation in order. So I would say like the Queen of Diamonds, the Nine of Clubs, and the Six of Hearts. And here I'm in the perfect order right now to say like, believe it or not, whatever, you were choosing exactly the Queen of Diamonds, the Six of Hearts, and the Nine of Clubs. And this is how to achieve this great miracle.
That is so cool.
Did you like it?
That is so.
So I hope you like it. I hope you practice it at home, because even though it feels that there's no skill involved, there's a lot of psychology and a lot of things you have to keep in mind in order to make the focus be on the right place and pass from doing a mechanical trick or a trick that it can be easily explained by a spectator who has no idea about magic into like a completely psychological miracle. So practice it, do it, and let me know in the comments what you think about it, if you like to perform this and you get some reactions, because I would definitely like to see how you progress and learn. So that was the tutorial. I hope you like it, I hope you enjoy it, and if so, please don't forget to give me a like. This will help me a lot. And if you like this type of tutorials, consider subscribing, as I'll be uploading many of them in the future that I'm sure you will like and be interested in. If you have any doubts or comments about it, please don't forget to use the comment section, as I would like to hear your feedback and also assist you throughout your learning process. And now, if you want to keep learning with me, I'm letting you hear these super cool tutorials that I'm sure you will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial till the end. I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye. Shame of a magician. Ay, 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 ay.